opportunity to solve some problems. Got the AC completely done. Dryer, condenser, hoses, all hooked up. Compressor is hooked up there. Everything's dialed and ready to go. Engine compartment's starting to get a little bit on the cluttered side, but that happens as you build them. So we'll keep plugging away. I'm going to make radiator mounts for the upper radiator support and finish up the wiring. It looks horrible, I know, but it is sorted out kind of where I want it to be. Got another small progress report. Last night got radiator support mounts made, and we'll paint them up real quick, make them look pretty. And might look like we're going backwards, but making progress. Radiator's over there on the floor. We're working on the cooling system, and we're doing this Davies Craig external water pump, and gonna get all the fittings together. So what we're doing is we're going from outlet, we're going from 16 AN here to a 12 ANY. The 12, each one of those will feed the each side of the block. External, when it comes back, will kind of do the same thing. Y from two 12 ANs to a 16 back into the radiator. So one thing when you're putting cooling system stuff and you got aluminum parts like this, I like to put a little anti-seize on them. So we're going to anti-seize these, tighten them up, get this ready to install, and I think we'll be good to go. We'll show you where we're going to mount that. Cooling system is coming together. There's where I'm going to mount the pump, and I got it loosely bolted in. So what I'm going to do is lower hose connections right here. Let's see, right here. So I'm going to 90 out, kind of out this way, that way, right there. Come out, and then I've got a connector that'll have a, oh, let's just show you. It's this piece right here. So that piece, quitter gloves, I'll have a fitting go into that I'll actually run heater hoses. So that'll be the suction side. We're getting closer. I wouldn't say close, but closer-ish. And we got a few other things going on. I got people knocking down my door and trying to get me to do stuff. And I keep having to say no. And I hate doing that, but hey, sometimes you got to do your own thing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So here's some parts we got today. So we got our intercooler heat exchanger, which I shopped around for a good amount of time and found this bad boy. And it looks like it's fairly good quality and good size. It's like a 3-row unit. And let's just get you in here and do a little unboxing. Let's see. That's pretty nice. I like the idea of just flat flanges on there that you can drill. Do whatever you want. Drain. Got a nice little drain on there. It's got a radiator cap, which I would prefer not to have, but that's okay. 3/4 inch in and out. So that'll be number 12 or 3/4 heater hose, whichever one you want to run. And let's see how she fits. While we're walking, that bad boy's going in today. Let's see here. Woo, it's too big. Unless I can mount it low, it's gonna be too big. I guess I could move the dryer, but I'll have to remake my AC lines. That's not good. Dadgummit. Measure 12 times, cut 3, get mad, cut again. Well, what do? I think I could move the dryer and remake one hose and be in good shape. So if I remake this hose here, not that one, this one, if I remake that one there, I can probably get around it and put the dryer in here somewhere along with everything else. Maybe mount it over on the fender here so it's out of the way. Man, I hate it when stuff like that happens. Oh well. Okay, quit whining. Let's get this done. Case in point with this one. Boy, I got a Munster's Widow Peak going on right there. But aside from that, who cares what I look like? I'm working here. So, plan, do it right the first time, measure 12 times, cut 6. There's your lesson. Like it never happened. So, remade this AC line, remade this line, mounted the dryer right there, and this is getting very cluttered. That's okay. And now, let's get this butte out again. Look at that. She sets in there with no issues. Let's step back, see if we can drop it on the ground and mess it up, poke a hole in it. But that looks pretty amazing. I'm going to raise it up a little bit, and then this piece will sit in here. And I'd like it so that the grill will sit here, and I'd like it so the radiator cap for that thing sits out. I'll just cut a hole and you could access it if need be. So I'll probably push it that way just a little bit to make that work. But I think that's going to work. I think I'm going to like it. We'll trim these bolt heads off as well, just so we don't have any rubbing. In this case, rubbing's not racing. There goes my neighbor Justin heading out. Got some AC work done for him. So here's update. This harness that ties into the body portion plugs in right there. We had to lengthen it. The ECM used to sit over here, and obviously I have that occupied with other stuff. So I lengthened this harness, and we've got it all done. We're gonna loop that up, get it all tied up, and you can see that was fun. Could jump rope with it. But that's done. We're gonna get everything loomed up. I've kind of got some stuff going on. All you're gonna see on the computer is right bank injectors, left bank injectors, map sensor. That is it. So it's gonna be super duper clean. You will see the harness running back down to the transmission, but it'll just be one fairly thick harness. And then over here, yes, it's a disaster right now, but you'll see the thick harness come up, and then it'll roll up, and the ECM will mount right here. There we go. There she is in all her glory. That's gonna be pushing turbos around in circles here hopefully next week. Yep, converter spacing is good. Not too tight, not too loose. She spins nice and free. Yeah, you could see there. That's pretty tight. Just right. So this transmission is built with all stuff that I got from Jake's in Sanger. A lot of people know about Jake's. I tore up both gloves. Didn't tear my arms up though, luckily. So they did their job. But I got that manifold in there, and that was not fun. I really didn't want to take the front drive off of it. If I had put this in before I put the front drive on, it would have been easier. But hey, you know how that is. You get something together. I don't want to take it apart. It's together. Anyway, it's in. Put some bolts in. It is late night / early morning, and just got the transmission in. So that's pretty stinking awesome. Minor victory right there. And I think I'm done for today. Another day, another opportunity to solve some problems. Here we go. We're about to make 500 pounds of parts fit in a 2-pound sack. I guarantee you that someone will say this is a dumb idea, and you might be right. But what I'm doing is I've got these turbo spacers, and I got 2 of them that are 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna weld them together. Yes, I'm spacing my turbo up 3 inches. So number 1, it gets the turbo into a place that I want it. Number 2, that's where my wastegate's going to be in. So it's right there and prioritizes every bit of pressure coming out of that turbo. So it's kind of twofold, but then there's a side benefit that sticks to the hood. And who wouldn't want that? See? Okay. Let's see if this hole saw is going to touch it. If not, I'll just keep drilling that hole bigger and bigger, and then work on it with a grinder. Here we go. Whoops. I think it's going to do it. See if I can chuck it up in a vise. Make it work. That hole saw is a beast. Oh my goodness. Get moving and get this put together. FedEx guy's been here, so we've got goodies in a box. Let's see what we got here. This could be a major part of make it or break it on this. I've already moved forward with this part of the build without having this part in hand just because of my time restraint. Let's see. Oh boy, peanuts. Yay. I hope what's in here is a lot smaller than this box, because if it's not, we're going to have issues envisioning. But this is my intercooler. Going water to air because I knew I would almost have no hopes of an air to air. So there's that. That's a nice looking piece. It's nice and heavy. Peanuts, peanuts, yay! Just to make sure. Look at that. And an invoice. Okay. Well, let's see how this thing fits. It looks pretty nice. Look at that. Boy, oh boy. Yep. We'll leave those on there and keep it clean. And then in and out water. Here, we got 3/4 inch in and out. This thing was rated at 1200 CFM. So as long as I can keep the water cool, it ought to work. Is the plan is to put it right in this general area somehow. Longer and shorter screws, and at first I was confused as to why. Now I think I might know. So I'm going to start 2 short screws here. It probably tells you in the instructions why, but it's pretty instructions. new adventure. So I'm going to start 2 short screws like that. Now I'm going to take the gasket and slip it over. It's going to go in roughly like so. Just line up the holes. One here. Here we got the fuel tank already going back in, and I recorded a bunch of stuff today and I hope some of it came out. I went back in and none of it would play. Kind of frustrated. This whole thing, I've been in it about a year and I'm learning. So, I don't know. Frustrated though. Kind of kicked me in the pants today. But we're going to put this back in. Let me go up here, show you some other progress. So there's the intercooler pump and the lines running into the tank. Those are both taken care of. And I'll get the wires strung along with the hose and then jam this tank back in. And I think I'm going to call it a night. Oil system is pretty well complete. Tried to get those nice sweeping bends, no sharp anything. Stay away from the 90s and 180s as much as possible. And got a little bit of wire in here, and these lines will secure up. We'll secure them to something. I got one quick. So what I've got here is I've got a bucket with a small block Chevy oil pump in there, and I just got a couple of screws and fender washers, screwed it to the top. The drive shaft, factory small block Chevy drive shaft, and then I tapped it for 1/4 inch on the outlet, put a number 6 fitting in there, and then tapped it for I think 3/8, and then just put this hard line in there. Fill the bucket with oil, and once I fill it with oil, you just grab a drill and spin it and you prime your engine. I do this on all my rebuilds. Real quick. Fire the pipes.